Hello tarot lovers and welcome to my channel. If you are looking to connect with your tarot deck, then you have come to the right place. If you're new here, my name is Elizabeth, and on this channel, we work on building our spiritual confidence so we can listen to our intuition and read our tarot cards with ease. And today, I am going to be showing you my fully completed a card a day challenge journal. I'm going to be showing you how I fill out my yearly pages, so I can show you how I look at the whole year and come up with a message for myself and some action points that give me something to move on with after finishing the challenge. So I didn't start the challenge in January. I started in July. So I finished in July. You might start in January. You might start at any time. I encourage people to start straight away and get going. Don't leave it because you'll put it off, you'll procrastinate. And the best way to learn the tarot is just make a start. It's a bit of a magical mystery to it to learn it. As I've discovered, you discover new things all the time. Just when you thought one thing was how things were, then you find something else. But it's a fantastic, fantastic medium to learn for creativity, self-expression, and helping others, helping yourself and helping others. So I'm going to spin the camera around. I'm going to show you my yearly summary. It'll be a brief description because I've done a much deeper walkthrough of how to do your yearly spread and what happened for me in doing that yearly spread and analysis of all of my 365 cards. If you don't know anything about the Card a Day Challenge, it's a free challenge. You can join me. Just go to connectwithyourdeck.com/challenge and join us. I will show you what I did and hopefully you get something from that. This is really just a video for those of you who want a quick overview of how to do the challenge worksheets with no frills. And then if you want to watch the deeper training where I do a lot more work on showing you how I did my pages, you can. So I'm going to spin the camera around and let you have a look inside my journal. Let's go. So this is my journal. I've talked about it a lot. So if you go back into my more detailed trainings, you'll learn a lot more about it. But it's an old KKK Filofax. Doesn't come with the journal pages. I've done a whole series of, in these mini trainings, on where to go to find the journal pages, things like that. These are just the instructions, and we're going to go all the way through. These are the daily pages, and we're going to go all the way through until we find these yearly pages, which I've put here. So the yearly summary pages, these are what I wanted to show you. This is where you make sense of all of these pages once you've completed them over the whole year. So what I've done here is just like what I showed you in, where are we? Right back at the beginning of July. What I showed you here. So you can see how we did our monthly summary here. And for those of you that are new, you'll need to, I would recommend you register for the challenge because then it takes you through everything from the beginning and shows you how I do all of this all of these percentages. But essentially, there were 9 major arcana cards, divide by 31, which is 31 days in the month, multiply by 100, and that gives you the percentage. So we're going to do the same thing here. If we look at July, we will see that there were 9 major arcana cards, 3 wands, where are we? Whoops, 6 wands here, 5 cups here, 7 swords here, and 4 pentacles here. So we just transpose those numbers across into here for each month. Then what we do is we add them all up, and you can see that the distributions are pretty even and reflective of the distributions within the tarot deck. Now, if you got different percentages, as I sometimes did across the months, you can see here, for example, in June, I only pulled 3 wands, and there was one month, in May, I only pulled 1 cup. If you've got really, really different percentages here, I'd love to know, because my thinking was that that might happen, and it sort of hasn't. But it is still fun to work them out, particularly monthly, because it did give me information about the sorts of cards I was pulling over that month, and often it did reflect my thinking, and it reflected the topic. So we add all these up as we normally would, and then we divide each of these numbers by the number of days in the year. And this particular year was not a leap year for me. So 393 divided by 365 times 100 gives you 25%, and you get all your percentages. Then I put all my repeating cards down here, the number of cards. Now, cards reversed, didn't have any. I don't read reverse cards. Some people love to read reverse cards. Not my thing. One day I might, but it's not really my thing. These are rub out pens. How groovy are they? So if you make a mistake, you just do that, and then you do that again. They're by a company called Friction, and I have a link to those in my Amazon shop. And if you decide to buy your rub out pens through my Amazon shop, then I do earn a little percentage, and that helps me to keep the channel going. This is the yearly summary page for leap year. Then we've got the Major Arcana summary pages here. And what I did was I looked at the worksheet pages. So for example, the Fool, if we turn here, was pulled 4 times, and I wrote a number 4 there. Then I looked at all of the cards that I pulled and how frequently I pulled them. And that was for me to think about what cards I was going to use for my final spread. You might have another idea of how you might do it, but for me, I pulled all these cards out so that I could create my final spread. And I shuffled those and laid them out. And as I said, I've got a video where I can show you that in more detail, but you would essentially put your yourself, your challenge, and then you start with the self, house 1 under the midline, resources, communication, home and family, etc., all the way around. These images come with the journal. They're sensational, I think, for recording how you use your tarot card, a spread and the tarot cards that you've used. Not my idea. I cannot claim fame to it, but the images that I've come up with are mine. You can come up with your own if you want. It's a great idea, and it just saves all the writing, makes it so much easier. Then you just do your card interpretations. And what I did was I came up with just an action for each one of the houses. So this is me, this is my challenge. And then for each one of the houses, I read this information, which for those of you who buy my journal will have that. It's a description of the house, gives you all the attributions, it gives you questions to think about. Then you just pop your card in, yes or no, is it reversed? And then you write about it. And then I just put questions all the way through to help me come up with some goals to work on in my life. So that is essentially the yearly pages, to get a sense of your whole year and just have another fun thing to do, really to sort of round off your 365-day challenge. You might find that you are so busy that you do bits and pieces. So you might pull all your cards, then do your information about the cards, then you might, if you're really busy, then it's probably good for you to think about getting my journal, the actual printed journal, rather than something like this that you bind. All the information about everything is in all the trainings that I've done. I've got mini trainings and really detailed trainings for you to watch. They're all available. You can get the whole lot when you register for my challenge. And of course, I also have a free member library, which has all kinds of goodies in there as well as a list of every single thing I've done, so you can find everything. And you can find that, just register for the challenge, connectwithyourdeck.com /challenge, and you will find the page there to register. It's free, and you can become part of my community. I would love to welcome you into my community. Take care, everybody. I will see you online, and I do hope that you will come and join us. Bye-bye.